Hello everyone, my name is Angela Latorre. This is my project progress report for the engineering management class, and the title, as we discussed in the project proposal, is LAHAS Gun Club Client Data Storage Improvement. Let's start with an outline of the presentation, which includes a brief problem statement to brush up what we discussed on the project proposal. Then the activities that have been done so far. Furthermore, describe some of the problems that we have encountered while doing these activities. And next, for the closing of the progress report presentation, where the project is in accordance to the technical approach that we selected and the schedule draft that we presented on the proposal. Finally, the references and the question and answer slides. So let's start with the problem statement and objective review to brush up what we discussed before. Since LAHAS Gun Club relocated to a new facility without electricity, membership and license renewal handle time has gone up. This project intends to improve LAHAS Gun Club client data storage method to be more efficient, organized, and increase customer service and satisfaction. In order to do that, the project intends to decrease the membership and license renewal handling time by at least 50%. Let's move on to the activities done so far, which includes the define and measure phases from the DMAIC methodology. Within those two phases, there's 3 activities under each one of the phases that have been finished. On the define phase, we have the project charter and the stakeholder analysis, which information was included back in November on the proposal presentation. But a SIPO diagram was also done to understand better the process. On the measure phase, we did a data collection plan and a current value stream map along with obviously the data collected. Let's start by presenting the SIPOC diagram, which is a tool used to identify all the relevant items of a process improvement project before the work begins. It is particularly useful when it is not clear who are the suppliers, what are the specifications, who are the customers, and what are the requirements. In here, you can see the suppliers, what are the inputs to the process to renew or get a new membership, then the outputs of the process, which will be the memberships and the forms fill out during the process. And last, the customer, which in this case is the member. This tool help us to understand the process and how can the other phases in the DMAIC methodology will help achieve the objective, and how improvements can be applied in which step of the process in further phases. The second tool to be discussed is the data collection plan. This tool has 5 purposes, which are clearly define the goals and the objectives of the data collection, reach understanding on operational definitions and methodology for the data collection, ensure data collection accuracy, stability, reproducibility, and repeatability, follow through the data collection process, and follow through with the results. For the project, our metric was the handle time of the process in the office. And this process itself was stratified or divided in steps, which are described on the notes area to the right side of the presentation. The collection of the data was going to be daily with a sample size of 100%, which means that every time a member came into the office, the handle time needed to be recorded. The second tool used in the measure phase was the value stream map, which is a lean management tool that helps visualize the steps needed to take a product from the creation to delivering it to the end customer. Its main purpose is to identify the value and non-value adding activities in the process, delays that hold up the process, restraints that limit the process, and excess inventory that ties up resources unproductively. In here, cycle time of each of the steps is noted, And based on that, we determine that the first step, which is the filling out the membership form, is the most time consuming one. So for the next phase, which is analyze, special consideration for these steps is going to be a major objective improvement. As a recap, the define and measure phases from the Lean Six Sigma model are already completed, and the analyze phase is in progress right now. So for the next progress report, we are hoping to have that finished and onto the improvement phase. In regards to the schedule, the one presented on the proposal was actually a draft, since we are actually completing the project with the class schedule and modules. The green arrows in this schedule represent the due date based on the original schedule that we presented, but the finished column for the define and measure phase reflects the actual finish date that we completed. The project is still on track, no matter that some of the due dates have been missed. Here are the references that I used to complete this progress report. And if you guys have any questions, follow the professor's instructions, and I will be happy to answer your questions. Thank you.